Going live. Hello, everyone. How are you? Just give me 1 second. I'm just getting it to do its thing. Okay. Fingers crossed. It works. Yay, it works. Okay, positive. Hi, everyone. How have you all been? I don't want to do that. I do want to do that. And look at that. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. So, a bit of an update. Left my art journal at the shop on Mum's desk because I did take it in for a weekly roundup on Saturday that we didn't end up doing. So tonight we're doing the cover of the one that I took to Japan. It's got a few of my notes from Japan in it. I won't show you them because they're a bit personal. They're personal, but you know, probably will paint over them eventually. So we're going to cover my Japan art journal as, yeah, I left my actual one at home, but I thought to make this fun, what we're going to do is we're going to use all our different hexagon stencils and a few different colors. So we've got 4 stencils and 4 colors, which is great. And what we're going to do first, though, is we're going to add a layer of white modeling paste. So let's just come in and open this one up. If it will open. There we go. Let's have to leverage it. I think I must have something on the inside. Yeah. Hello, Tina. Yeah, must have something on the ridge. Yep, there it is. Okay. Then we'll be cleaning that up tonight. There we go. So, we got that there. You've got a few options on how we apply this. This is a base coat, so then the blue isn't the color that's going to come through the yellow because our yellow paint is not very opaque. So let me just grab out the type of brush I want to use. I've got, guess which one's been used a lot. Not this one. It's quite different, isn't it? Okay. Well, right, let's have a look. I'm tossing up between doing it with a gesso brush or with this one here. Oh, hello, Karen. Hello, Diana. Oh, watching the trip. Cool beans. Yeah, just going to, yeah, tossing up. We're doing the cover of my Japan art journal because I left my actual art journal at the shop, which is great fun. And by the time we got home, it was too late. We wouldn't be able to go back to the shop and come back again. Like, it's, yeah, one of those days. So let's come in, and I think I'm going to do it with the gesso brush so then we can get a bit of a thinner coat and get some texture from our art journal. So let's just come in. Oops, sorry. Oh, no, I was on silent. There we go. So just coming through. And getting a bit of a good coat. And what we might do is turn out these 2 pages. So the type of technique we're going to aim for tonight is what I would call similar to, like, you know, a one pot wonder dinner. Excellent, beautiful.
Tim should have got the message. So.
Excellent. Just realized that we need to put this one on the inside. So that's going to end. Yeah, we should be good. I think I'm just dealing with the spine bit there. Okay. Now, your gesso brush does sometimes lose hair. I'm not a particularly great owner of my gesso brushes. They get a lot of work out of me. So, yours might not lose hairs. Mine does. There we go. So just coming in, and this is just, remember, so then our yellow does pop up as yellow and not like a limey green on top of this bluey color. So let's, like, these art journals are good. It's just that the blue is a very strong blue color, which I get why, and it's a very dark blue because, like, you know, if you get dirt or anything on your art journal, it'll be hard to tell. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I've definitely done something to this lid. Okay, I'm gonna look into that after class is done, because that was definitely not easy. Okay, so let's just clean that one out and put it over to here with the used paintbrushes. I don't know if you ever noticed, but during my classes I have a used paintbrush pile that I keep, so then I remember exactly which ones I've used, because I've got like a pile over here of my go-tos. Alright, surprisingly have a lot in that pile. Oh, hello Karen, hello Di. So our next job, or next thing on the One Pot Wonder of a cover, is deciding our stencils. So we're only using hexagon stencils, or stencils that look like hexagons. And what I'm thinking, so I'm going to do them in an order. So we only use 2 paintbrushes to stencil these on, our stencil brushes. So I've got the lemon yellow, the medium yellow, just plain orange. These are all the marked colours. And the brilliant red. Now, just got to decide which stencil goes with which color, because we've got 4. What? Just give me 1 second. Come in and heat this one. You will notice that the camera is set up a bit differently. That's because I forgot to charge my light. So we're going from a different spot with the camera. Let me know if this spot with the camera doesn't really work out or anything like that, and we can switch probably during class. Just so then we got good lighting the whole class. We've done that. So it's a little bit touch dry. It's not fully, it's like a bit tacky, which is the best we're going to get in winter. If it was summer, I would persist because it would be only like another 2 minutes and be fully dry. We are coming to the end of winter though, which would be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So we've got our big hexagon one, which is almost hexagons. We've got this one here, which is the hexagons honeycomb, and this is a sample of 1 border, but we're going to be using this hexagon bit here, the honeycomb bit there. So what I'm thinking is we actually do this one for the lemon, this one for the medium, this one for the orange, and this one here for the red, maybe. Kind of give it a bit of a mix up between them. So we're just going to start off, and it's about over applying. So that doesn't mean over applying the paint, it just means like putting the stencil in a few more spots than what you think you need to. So let's do this first one. Just going to come in and get a good coverage on our stencil brush. And come in and, oh my gosh, you're shaking like it's an earthquake. Oh, Not a good look. I really want to use the stencil brushes because it's got the texture to it. We're going to be doing a lot of... Let me just check something. The journal is textured enough that it shouldn't matter if we use a sponge or a brush. Give me 1 second. You're bouncing so much because you're like closer to my thing than usual. Okay. Bouncing less. Right. I'm going to go over to the sponge then. Might come back out and use the stencil brushes later. In our second layer. So let's just come in. And get the lemon in. So you'll find that you'll use a lot in your first color, and then in your second, third, and fourth color, you'll use less because your sponge or brush already has already got paint in it, because we're just going to use the same sponge. So we're going to go in this order. So then we can just use the same sponge. Just about coming in and remembering to hold down that stencil. And with the brush, with the sponge, we're making sure we don't overload it too much, or else it is going to bleed out on the sides. You won't notice it too much on the bigger style ones. It's more like on the smaller ones that make the big blobs. Okay, and then another bit over here. So once you think you've got enough of the yellow one down, well, the lighter yellow, add 2 more. This is so that we get a good coverage of the colour. And then let's come in. We said that this one here was going to be our medium yellow. So you'll find once again that you'll use less paint with this second colour because you've already got paint on the sponge. You're not loading a dry sponge. You're loading your colour on top of paint you already have. And we're going to stencil over top of the pattern we've got down. And then there we go. Oh. And then this. There we go. So we're just coming in, and I know you can't really see the difference between those two yellows, but you will be once we get more layers on. Then let's come in and do our orange. So aren't you glad you weren't jumping up and down for this bit? Just coming in. And once again, once you're happy, so see, I would be happy to leave it like this with the two there, but I'm going to come and add it in two other spots because I know by the time I get all my layers on that I'm going to wish that I had put a bit more down of each color on the base. That's one spot. And then this here. Yep, there. Perfect. Is spot 2. Okay, and then I'm going to do the next page. Okay. Do a bit on that spine there. Perfect. Okay. Maybe a bit here too. Alright. And then let's come and do the red. So I'm just patting once again up to the side of my palette here. So as you can see in all the colors, when I come and dab it on the main color, I actually get rid of the excess just above it in that little well. The perfect size. And then I'm going to put a bit of red here. Red there. And then put red here. Now just continue to add. There we go. So that is our first layer of all of our hexagon stencils. So as you can see, because we did the gesso brush with the modeling paste, it gives it a little bit more of a vintage look, I think. because of the dark blue peeping through. Now, put that sponge to one side. What we're going to do, so let me open up my modeling paste. We're just going to put a little bit of modeling paste into this well and this well. So then they become a little bit more opaque, our yellows, when we do this second layer. As I don't think we'll be doing a second layer of the orange or the red because we've got enough on there. Just grabbing our second sponge. So our first sponge is going to go into the water. So then it can have a bit of a good soak. And then let's come in and grab a little bit of that modeling paste and yellow. It will make our yellow slightly lighter, but that's okay. And we will have to mix it outside of the palette because we just don't have enough room in our palette. You might though, or you could have a second one, or you could do that on your sidekick actually. So the sidekick will become in very handy. So let's just apply our second coat. Of the yellow hexagons. Good one, Tina. That's actually very good. Okay, there's that one. And then let's come on. You're rocking how well, goodness me. I'm not gonna tell my dad that one. He might use it on me later. Loves a good dad joke. Okay. There's that one. And now there we go. So because we've added that modeling paste and it actually sits on top of our patterns that we've already stenciled on there, and I'm just going to come in now and give it a bit of a heat so then we can get that layer dry. We just don't want the modeling paste sticking to the back of our next stencil while we try and put it down, you know. Okay, so let's come in. And grabbing our medium yellow and some of that modeling paste. Giving it a good mix. And we're really just trying to like dial down some of our red and orange stenciling. What we also might do, because the colour doesn't stand out that much, this medium yellow, because of all the other colours we've got on there, we're going to grab our sponge and see where we've got these spine bits. We don't want to add too much paint in when we do the cover, just because if we do, we're going to cause spine problems for our art journal before we even start adding collage in there. So let's just come in, give it a good solid coat of this yellow. And to match, we're just going to do the edge also in the medium yellow. Not all over the edge, but the fair majority of the edge. Just to keep it bit, you know, to make it seem like it's meant to be there, the yellow around the spine bit here, not like we just added it in. Do like a good gradient. I'll say that. Once again, just grabbing. Doesn't have to be too much. There we go. And now with our yellow basically completely on there, what we're going to come and do is we're going to heat this up first, get it all dry. I want to get it dry enough that I can put paint pen on it. And now what we're going to do, let's lower you so we can do some pen work. And you can see it really well. So we're going to come in. Now we've got that, well, you can't really see that because, like, you know, my hands have paint on it, but it is dry to the point where we can use paint pen on it now. It's not got like pools of paint. And I've got a few different colours from the Pintos, and then I've got the black and white from Montmartre. But what I want to do is I want to use the different colours from the Pinto paint pens first. Come in and just draw around the hexagons that I want to be like the feature ones. So coming in, this also means like if you've had like one of the stencil splotching your cover, this is a time when you can just draw that pattern pretty much how you want it to be there. So then you don't have to worry about the splotch, or you can cover it up at this point. Like, there is no mistakes. No one will know. It's the main thing. Depends, you know. sometimes mistakes lead to beautiful things. And then let's there we go. There's that side, and then let's come and do. Oh, I'm getting paint on the inside of the book, but that's fine. So just coming in on the pen, I think. The really important part is not to get too held up on what exactly you're paint penning. There we go. Sorry, I just realized my name was covering a little bit of it. Right, and then let's come in with this pastel yellow color. You'll notice that I'm using mainly the mediums. I do have one fine. And then this one here. Needs a bit of a revival. Nope, don't like that. Let's come in and colour out. Maybe we do need this lighter yellow, but I think what might be better. So if we come and draw a little lines in it, it's just going to make it a little bit lighter in a few spots, which can be crucial. Comes to making something with lots of patterns, because a lot of the time when you do lots of stenciling, all the rest of your project can get a little bit dark quite quickly, so it's always good to have a bit of a light color that you come in with. Even if it is pretty like, you know, just stagnant here and there. Okay, and then let's make sure this one here is working first. There we go.
Are you having a milk? Are you cloning your stick?
And let's just keep coming in. I'm going to do this to a few of the red patterns. Not all, because then my hand might start to hurt. just coming in. And oh. Okay, and then Mom. Mm. Okay. So just deciding the different red ones. Sorry for yelling, by the way. This phone ringer is very loud. I don't think mine's that loud. I don't know. I don't notice these things. I'm out in the laser room half the time when my phone rings, so I'm like, trying to find if it's the laser machine, one of the cameos, or if it's my phone ringing. Hence why I end up with a lot of missed calls. So, if you call my mobile during work hours, probably not gonna answer. I'm nearly done. Sorry. Hello, Karen. Hello. Yeah, I like the honeycomb ones. They're really cool to use. Hi, Marissa. Yeah, honeycomb is always really good. Okay. So I think we're done outlining them. I don't know why it's so dark. It looks a lot lighter for me. I don't know why though. There you go. You can start seeing the actual colours. Okay. So we have this one. And now what we kind of want to do is I want to come in and make bigger hexagons that are joined with our black Montmartre pen. And I'll show you what I mean with the templates of the hexagons. Yeah. So I've got the 5-inch template of the hexagon. It's the acrylic one. And I'm actually going to use it, but I'm going to draw on the inside, so it's going to be 4 inches. And yeah, we're going to use the thick end tonight. Perhaps. Okay, so let's come in. And get you lined up. Nice and easy. Okay, and then so just a little bit, loose. Actually, I think I want to do it with the thin end. Hold up. Gauze, 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 gauze. Gauze. Water. Oh dear Lord. I've made a mess now. 1 second. Well, always good to make mistakes on the live video, isn't it? Okay. Come on. Come. I feel like you can still see where the line is. See if we can make it look a little bit more natural. Okay. Let's heat it up. And then we'll try part 2 of this again. Round 2. Yeah, not mistakes, layering. Very good points. Just some layering opportunities. Right, let's print it on. Grab this. Add some wet pen on it. Okay. Where is it? So hold up. So I'm going to try it here. Oh, don't worry about me. The thin side's not going to work anyway because our cover doesn't absorb. So that was never going to work. Okay. Don't worry. Okay, and then we come up, line up, and then we just and then flip it over so we can do this bit on here. This is also where we dried the covers. So we can set it. Okay, and then okay, and there we go. So that's that one there. So if we just pull out the art journal side now, and then let's come and line it up. And then try and line it. And then let's yep, like so. We've gone on a bit of an angle for the second page, but we'll live. And then just lining up clear out mine. Oh, thanks, Tina. Running up the clear outside with the black lines. So we've got the same gap between, you know. Pretty much effortless this bit is. Come in. Outline. Righty, oh. We just lift. There we go. Now that we've got this here, let's come and do a seam. Like random lines.
Actually, out.
Okay, and then see if our white fine end will work. Oh, some white paint there. Oh well. Um, just making sure. Some a few flicks of this white. Go. Make it rather juicy, and then let's get out the thick side. And just come in. There we go. I've had a bit of a hard life, these pens. Our teaching ones. Okay. I think we're nearly done. let's just come in, and I actually think, no, making off. Oh. Oh, don't worry. I've missed a few comments. I'm so sorry. I'm on YouTube. Yes, we are doing a cover because I left my art journal at the shop. So this is my Japan journal. But I still have plenty of room in to do stuff with. But let me just come in and these. A little bit dry. Yeah, it does. That's what the white and black does. It doesn't make much sense when you first start, but once you get that way in, makes sense. Okay, so this is our art journal cover. So it's the front and the back. This is what it looks like together. I hope you had fun. I know I did. I do think we just need a bit of this red, not too much of the red. And then there we go. So that there is our cover. Well, thank you so much. So this week we have our normal weekly classes. It's the last week of August, so it's the last ones in the August group. They're Fairy Tale Princess. Wednesday, scrapbooking. I believe tomorrow will be card making. Thank you for coming so much. So those are the times we'll be back. We're also, I believe, doing something on Friday Night Live, I believe. And we're doing a class Friday night. Yes, sorry.
On Saturday night.
Oh, and we might do another Zoom on Saturday night about our creative hub.
We've got some more questions. There's a poster where they can ask their questions so I can get prepared.
Is that on Creative Family?
In the Creative Family group.
In the Creative Family group, yeah. So if you're still looking at joining the hub and you're not quite sure about it, just put your questions there and rock up to the Zoom on Saturday. We'll answer them in the Zoom, and then you can make a decision from there. It will definitely be worthwhile. Like, for all of those who came on to the Sunday Zoom, you guys got to see how easy it was to search for videos in there, and like how we're going to be laying out the categories. So thank you for coming. And Kitty Bugs Retreat, that's what I forgot to mention last week. If you are looking to book in, we're making the kits this week, so please make sure you've got your booking in, and I think that's it. So thank you for coming. Thank you for your lovely comments. I'm sorry I missed a few comments over in the YouTube channel. I will endeavor to do better. And I don't know if I quite enjoy the camera being here or over there, but we'll figure it out. It was a good learning curve. Anyway, thank you for coming, and see you all next week with my actual art journal. Have a wonderful day or night. Bye.